What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and I was just about to open this Dominaria United set or booster box. Maybe I still will tonight on stream because I have been enjoying playing sealed. I haven't really even gotten a draft yet, but I've just been playing on Arena a couple nights a week. Really enjoying the format. It's fun. It's just like slow and buildy, and multicolored is always fun, and I enjoy like the setup of the set, the tricolor decks, even in sealed. But Wizards of the Coast, as I've said on this channel for years, perhaps is one of the biggest abusive relationships on the planet. Other than, I suppose, you could talk about the people that make Warhammer because they're also just as bad, but they essentially have the best game ever created. I've said this since 1993 when I started playing. Nobody's even come close to toppling it. There are regional hits like the Final Fantasy TCG or Pokemon TCG, which is pretty big, especially there. Every couple of years, Pokemon TCG pops off. But it's just, there's nothing like Magic. There just isn't. And I've played them all. I mean, I've played, the Illuminati card game. I've played Rage. I've played, Weiss Schwarz. I've played all these games through the years, and nothing's ever quite been like Magic. And it's not only the game itself, it's the culture, the community, and also the secondary market. It's that dopamine hit you get when you pull a $20 card out of here. The way that you get $20 cards is by scarcity, a good card that is well played, in high demand, and scarce. Thus, we bring an early lesson that Wizards learned during their first big reprint set. This is a million years ago. There was a time where they did a bunch of reprints and they basically crashed. Was it Chronicles? They crashed the secondary market. So they make a promise to the players and say, look, we know that collecting these cards is just as important as playing these cards. It's part of the game. I'm more of a collector than a player. Always have been. Love opening packs. There's just nothing like that fresh pack, new card smell. It's everything about cracking that pack is fun, addictive, rewarding. It's everything. It's why I've opened some of the most expensive cards in history on this channel. I've spent thousands of dollars on single pack of cards to open on this channel. It's nuts. But that said, as I've always said about this company, it's the best game on the planet run by the worst, literal worst people on the planet. And today we saw the perfect example with the Wizards 30th anniversary set, which essentially you get 4 packs of cards that gives some official reprints. Okay, so like official reprints of some enormously expensive cards. Things like Black Lotus is worth, I don't know, $10,000, $20,000. It's played only in, a small amount of formats, but it's still high in demand because of its scarcity. What people have done over the past couple of years is, as counterfeits have gotten good, and believe me, 5 years ago, I had a guy send me a pack of them, and other than the actual stock, it was almost impossible to tell the difference. Nowadays, it's probably even better. So you're buying proxies, which is illegal, okay? Or maybe you're making your own or something like that. Or Wizards could put out proxies, which is what these are. These are not tournament legal. They are basically for whales and kitchen table players who want an official reprint of maybe a Mox Ruby or a Black Lotus or an Ancestral Recall, something from Power 9, right? So Wizards comes out, and they're like, okay, it's our 30th anniversary. Let's address this. Let's give the people what they want. So they roll out, some of the original art. Some of this is so nostalgic. Shivan Dragon, Llanowar Elves, the original Lightning Bolt, which is still the best art they've ever done. Then they come out with this box. In this box contains 4 booster packs, which you have to order from a special website, not even the main website, and local game stores are only getting 1. And you know what's going to happen to that one in 99% of the times? It's going on eBay for triple the price. Okay, so we already know this is going to happen. There is a limited print run of this, which is going to drive up the cost even more than retail. If you can't get it at retail, you're going to have to buy them for 20, 30% more on eBay. For the chance to open official reprints, again, not tournament legal, they're just proxies. And for the chance to open one of these, okay, Wizards of the Coast is charging $1,000. You heard me right. $999 for 4 packs of cards that may or may not include iconic cards like Black Lotus, but you can't even play them in tournaments. Now, will they maintain value? Yes. What this is Wizards of the Coast sort of just reprinting cards on the reserve list. They know that even though it's a gold border and people will know that you can't play in tournaments, they know that they will have an enormous value on the secondary market. I would not be surprised if like the Black Lotus from this set, this reprint is still worth hundreds of dollars, $500,000 maybe. You don't know, because what happens is collectors and whales go buy up all the products, so there's nothing in circulation. $1,000 for a pack of proxies. Again, they're proxies. You can go print your own if you wanted to. I'm not endorsing that, but you could. And how could anyone blame you if this is how they treat their best customers? This is how they're celebrating 30 years by the most ridiculous cash grab, the most absurd whale-centric product in history. Here's a little known fact from people who don't play Magic the Gathering, okay? Unless you have a YouTube channel covering it or you have a stream covering it, most people who play Magic the Gathering are middle class or lower, to be honest. 80% of the players that I knew that played the game were paycheck to paycheck guys or girls. Maybe 90%. You have the collectors and the big money guys, maybe like Rudy, investors and stuff like that, but they don't really play the game very often. They see it and use it for something else, and they're important too to the secondary market. But who the heck is this for? $1,000? Of course, they're getting shredded in the comments. The pricing of $999 is disappointing because it's the celebration of 30 years of Magic, and the whales only showed up in the last 4 to 5 years. That's not true. Whales have always been around in this game. They just had a product to buy because Wizards started catering to them. The rest of the time, it was 90s and early 2000s kids saving money from their part-time jobs or allowance to buy cards. I 100% agree. I just said that. Please reconsider this pricing, Wizards. Is clearly wrong and exclusionary rather than inclusionary, which you claim to be. Insane that we live in an area where one of the oldest and most popular trading card games expects its player base to cough up $1,000 for proxies. We have strayed so far from Richard Garfield, it's disgusting. 30th Anniversary Edition has to be the best unset Wizards has ever made. $1,000 for 4 packs of unplayable cards. Hilarious. $999. We're celebrating Magic's 30th anniversary by gouging the player base harder than ever. I mean, what in the heck? The thing is, Wizards knows these cards still will have value. Now, I'm going to tell you not to buy it, right? This is what I've said since Jump Street. Don't buy these super ultra mega masters. Don't buy these $900 premium kits. They're for morons like me, right? But people will buy it. And the next time they do it, it'll be $2,000 because they know that they are the only game in town. They know that they can just do this kind of stuff and people are still going to buy it anyway because there's an element of the game from people who don't even play the game, who buy cards like this and just think about it for making money. This is such a spectacular, like moronic choice by Wizards of the Coast. it's maybe their worst decision ever. But I can't say I'm surprised. I'm supposed to believe that the game is thriving and you're selling more Magic cards than ever, but you have this crap? Unacceptable.